Rolls pretty good, huh? When I got this, yeah, all I got was just the shell. Didn't have no bottom, no wheels, no nothing. But I got it because it's really, really cool. It's made by a company called Wolverine. If you wanted to find one of these, you would probably find it under Marks on eBay and stuff like that. A lot of people get them confused, but it's a Wolverine. But as you can see, it says mystery car on the door. It's got all kinds of stenciling, all kinds of cool stuff on it. It was a push and go. It would sit up high in the back. You'd push it down, and whenever you let off, it would go across the floor and raise up. But it's kind of flimsy metal. It's real thin tin, so a lot of them didn't survive. This one was a basket case when I got it. It didn't have anything on it. So today, you've probably seen this on the opening scene of the video, but it's always just been propped up on the axles. It's never been done. I just kind of propped it up. I really liked it and said I kicked it down the road. So today is the day we get to it. We make a new bottom to put in it. It's not going to take me a real long time, so make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow, hit the little notification bell for me, and I'll be right back with you. First thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure my length. From the tip of the grill all the way back, I'm right at 11.5 inches long. Well, I bet I couldn't do that again. Now in the back, I'm measuring right at 3 1/8, but I want a 1/2 inch on each side, just like I do all my other stuff. I want a 1/2 inch on each side, so I'm going to do 4 1/8 back. The front, we want it to be, it's going to be 1 7/8 wide, so we need 2 7/8. We need 11.5 inches long. Let's go ahead and knock that out. I wish that would stop wobbling. Alright, give me a second. Let me chop that off real quick. Okay, so I'm back from the shear. Another thing I done, I went ahead and trimmed this down to 5 inches wide, since I need it 4 1/8. It's really hard to go from a corner and make the shape we need. So 4 1/8 in the back, 2 7/8 in the front. Best way to do this is to find your center, which is going to be 2 1/2, right? 2 1/2. Okay, I need 4 1/8 in the back, so that would be 2 1/16 off of my center mark. Here's my 16ths. Okay, now the front, I need 2 7/8 complete width. So that's going to be what? 1 and I think that first mark under the 1.5 inches. Measure off 1/2 inch down here. Now, let's check them and see. Yeah, I think that'll work. The back is a little too wide. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and because that front is like pushing it. So I'm just going to bring my whole mark over. See how good a guy is at eyeballing. There we go. Oh, not too bad. I think the back, I'm going to need to bring it over some too. Yeah. Let's do the other side some too. Don't get much better than that. Will definitely fit in the front, and will definitely fit the back. So let's go cut this off, and then I'm going to fold my sides up. You want to go with me to the shear? Oh, okay, let's go. First thing, let's go ahead and cut our sides off. I'll line it up. Now we got our shape. Now let's come in here and bend it. If you listen, you can hear it fall into that groove. There. Got my bend on that side. There's just the bottom. Now we'll trim it up a little bit. Should fit right in there like a glove. Alright, so we're back from the shear. Let's have a look here. Oh yeah, that'll fit. I ain't gonna be making a big roll cage, a big fancy bottom and all that. Man, I'm just making something cool to put on my shelf, that's all. So, we got this all kind of cut out. Now what we need to do, come in here with our handy dandy marker. I'm going to try to get that lined up with the back as good as I can, right there. Now, I'm going to come in here, like so. I'm just going to hack off that corner, like so. And I'm going to come in here and do the same thing up here in the front. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. One thing about it, you can always take off a little more. A little bit tough to put it back on. See what that does. See, we're closing in on it. Needs to come forward a little bit more. Just like that. Let me go hit this on a little sander and round that edge off. Oh, voila. See, now we got a nice, pretty nice little fit. Pretty nice little fit up there, Papa. Now for the back. We need to trim a little bit more. Man, that's pretty dang close. Maybe just a little bit more of a tweak. What do you think? I'm going to hit that on the grinder real quick on the belt sander. Be right back. All right. That looks really good. Let's rivet this thing in, and that way we can see exactly where the axles are going to have to be. Well, we got us a bottom. I don't know how good it is. Might be able to take my hammer or something and kind of hammer that up a little bit and kind of close that gap. It'd have been better if it was flush, but it kind of messes me up for the back wheels if I make it flush. Oh hell, still not going to have room. Well, see, I kind of want my axle to be through the frame, the bottom. If I put it up here on the bottom of the frame, it just really puts a big old gap. I don't like that. It needs to be up here. Problem is, to be up there, it goes right through the middle of the bottom. Huh. I'll have to think on this in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and try it. But I'm going to put my hole as far down at the bottom of that as I can. I know that this groove right here is centered with my wheel well, so that's where I'm going to just center that up and use a little tiny bit so I can get down as far as I can. Moment of truth. It's the wheels we're going to use. You may have seen this sitting on my shelf there in the intro, but it's always set with just being propped up. Oh yeah, they roll. Sweet. So I got another one. Problem with it is it's kind of been carved on like a turkey. So I'm going to change the wheel. I'm going to show you how to change the hubcap and the white wall in some of these. Most of these will do it this way. So yeah, check this out. So the first thing you want to do, up in your vise, put your wheel in there upside down. And you want the jaws, you want this white wall to fit in between your jaws. But you want the black to be on the jaws like that. Look up under there. Yeah, that'll work. And you come in here with your hammer, put you a smaller axle down in a hole. Now what I like to do is, I put my pinky under there to catch that. And then I reach up here and hold the rest of my axle with the rest of my fingers. And just hammer it through, see? The whole shebang comes out of there. Now I've got another good tire. But that hubcap is pretty black. I really done that just to get the white wall. And I got a pretty good hubcap here. So I'm just going to put that in there. That one been a little bit stubborn. There we go. So yeah, now we can throw that one back in the box. We got us a good white wall, and we got the fronts to match. Let's go put them on. Well, I can already see that little stub here is too big, so just come in here with a razor knife. I'm gonna cut about half of that off. Back wheels mounted. Now let's do the front. I'm gonna make an axle perch, and I'm gonna put the front wheels. We know a gasser, it sits kind of up, or what would it look like this? Should it be slammed on all four corners? Well, let's see. I don't know about y'all, man. I just don't know about you guys. We'll try it, but I don't know. You gotta come up with some crazy stuff. Kinda looks pretty good sitting down on the ground like that. I was kinda thinking sitting up. We'll see. Well, we got it to where it rolls in the back. I'm gonna make an axle perch for the front. I got me a little piece of metal here. So let me remeasure right here. Just under 2 inches. So I'm gonna make my piece 1 3/4 inches wide. So what I'm gonna do here, let me cut this off at 4. This metal is a little bit thicker. I normally use, this is 22 gauge. I think this is 18 or 20. It's pretty sturdy. It's a lot thicker. Anyway, so we got our piece here, 4 inches. So let's measure our center first. Okay, now it needs to be 1 3/4 inches. So what's half of 1 3/4 inches? Be what, 7/8? Basically how I mark a lot of my stuff is I'll just line the bottom of my ruler up with the bottom of my piece. That saves a little bit of time anyway. Let's see if that'll fit in there. Oh yeah, perfectly. Perfectly. So this is where we're going to bend. Now, how wide is it? 3/4 of an inch. So the half of that is 3/8. This line I will mark with the ruler. Now, I think we'll come down, we'll come a 1/2 inch off of our bend, and that will be our axle hole. Alright, so we got our holes drilled. Now we're going to come up here and just round that off. Now we can put it in our vise, bend it here and here. Our axle holes should line up. Okay, so we got our axle. Went ahead and bent that up good. Yeah. And you know what else they done? I didn't know, not only did they jack the front end up, they would alter them and pull the front wheel way forward. I think I'm going to do that. I think I like it lined right up in the middle. So, I'm going to pop the wheels back off. I'm going to set this in here. Let me think here. This hole here is the original axle hole, so it's perfectly lined up. So I want my holes to line up too. I'm wondering if I should just pop rivet them in. I think that's what I'm going to do. Instead of trying to spot weld it, I'm going to pop rivet it. That way I can always take it out and lower it down if I want to or something like that. So let me poke a couple of holes. Alright, so we got our little piece here. We got our holes drilled there for the pop rivets. So I'm just going to line this up with those original axle holes. See them right there? I'm going to line my new axle hole up right with it. Mark my holes. Let me poke 2 holes. Put my rivets in there. Should be ready to roll. Alright, so we got our axle perch welded in there. Or not welded in, but riveted in. Looks like we got our axles lined up pretty good. Let's have a look. Dun, 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 dun. Do we have us a gasser? Hell yes we do. Oh man, does it roll? Oh, like perfect. Just like butter. I made my axle too short, and I need a couple of axle spacers. We'll fix that. Hang on a minute. Alright, so we got us a longer axle here. And let's see if it'll work. That should be okay. Now, spacer. Brake line. Axles on old press steel toys are typically, usually, 3/16 of an inch. So when you go get brake line for a spacer or for anything else, splicing axles back together, you can use this to splice axles together. I think this is 1/4 inch inside diameter. That way the axle fits in it pretty good. So this side's going to need to be a little bit longer because I didn't quite center up my perch very good. So we'll mark it right there. Let me go cut that off. So we got this one cut off. Let me do the other one. Somewhere around in there. Let me chop that one off. Gee, sometimes I wonder, damn hillbilly blood. Now, the axle don't slide back and forth. Oh yeah. Let's see how she looks on the ground. Well, we got her all done here. We got her looking mighty fine, if I do say so myself. Rolls really good across the flow. I'll probably take my hammer later on and kind of maybe hammer this up and close that gap in. And but otherwise, it's just going on the shelf like that. Basically, what I've got here is a good foundation for any kind of boredom I have in the future. If I ever want to add an interior to this or side pipes or anything whatsoever, the main part of it's done. I have a good complete rolling toy now, and that's really kind of what I wanted to get accomplished with it today. I may come back in the future and put an interior in. You never know. But for now, I'm going to leave it just like it is. We got our bottom all done. Got everything all worked out on it. And got her looking mighty fine, if I do say so myself. And it rolls really good across the floor. Another thing is, I just got stickers, Hunk and Junk stickers. Pretty cool. They're clear backed. You can see them back there on the back of my bench. That's what they'll look like. I'm going to be getting some hats and shirts in here pretty soon too. So make sure you head on over to the Facebook page, facebook.com/hunkandjunk. You'll find me. This is my profile picture, as a matter of fact. So you can't miss me. Thank you for watching. Keep on a hunking, keep on a junking. Y'all have a good day.